Today is Thanksgiving. I want to say I'm thankful for all of you that share this same passion with me, that watch these videos, and hopefully find some education and perspective out of them. Ultimately, you make more money from watching these videos, and I love making them, so I'm thankful for that. But around this time of the year, Wall Street clocks out. They're done with 2023. It's all about 2024 at this point. So, I think it's a perfect time to make this video. We have some catalyst that we know about that Wall Street doesn't exactly know about. They're not pricing these things in, or at least a majority of these 7 different catalysts for Tesla are not being priced in. And these are not just ordinary small catalysts. These are like huge catalysts that could be big drivers of revenue and bottom line profits in 2024. In other words, let's just boil this down. This video could make you a lot of money if these catalysts come true. Just a couple of these could send Tesla stock to all-time highs. So that's what we're going to get into here in this video. These 7 different catalysts, if they're priced into Tesla stock, how much of it is priced into Tesla stock? This is something Wall Street struggles with. We know about all of these different catalysts. Wall Street does not seem to price them in as a reality until they actually happen. And we'll talk about that more into this video. But I also want to go over this great shift of capital and how far along I think we are. I've talked about this before. You have trillions and trillions of dollars in money market funds and cash and treasuries that is not participating in our markets. There's actually a record low allocation to stocks right now. I think that changes in 2024 as rates go lower, as it looks more appetizing to take risks in stocks. How far along are we? Are we 5%? Are we 50% along? No, I don't think either one of those numbers are correct. So we have a lot to get into in a very short amount of time. We are going to go over some Tesla specific news. We're going to look at the option chain for tomorrow as well as next week also, and give you an overview of the technicals and what I expect for the trading day coming tomorrow. So hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. If you guys want to push this video out to as many fellow Tesla stock investors as possible, especially hit that subscribe button. For whatever reason, I've said it before and I'll say it again, the algorithm responds to subscribers more than likes, more than comments. So if you guys like this video and you think other people should hear it, well, hit that subscribe button. It helps push this video out to as many people as possible. If you guys also want to take it a step further and come trade with us live in real time, we're hoping for another crazy week coming next week. Lots of earnings. We've really been killing it over the past couple of weeks. We would love to have you, welcome you with open arms. Check out that link down below in the description of this video before prices do go up, because I think it's at the point where prices just need to go up in general. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I think we should start this video with a couple different things. Number one, some of these 7 different catalysts are going to sound like no-brainers. Like we already know these things are coming. But Wall Street does not. Kind of like just recently, we've known Tesla was going to expand into India. Tesla leased a 6,000 square foot building in India for the first time in August. It was no shocker when that news came out that Tesla was going to start selling vehicles in India. What happened? Tesla stock was up 7% that day. Wow, that was nobody knew that. No, we knew that. Wall Street did not know that. Wall Street does not stay up to date with Tesla stock the way that we do. And that's why I think right now we have such a big opportunity, because there's so many different things that we know are coming that Wall Street doesn't quite understand yet. And they will. And when they do, that's when everyone will want to buy Tesla stock. Well, you already have Tesla stock. You've been buying Tesla stock. You're in the best position to benefit from this information. Wall Street, well, they're going to be the ones that are chasing Tesla stock as Tesla is ripping higher. The second thing is 2023 is over with. Q4 is important, sure, but it's all about 2024. What did well in 2023 is not necessarily going to do well in 2024, especially when we see this great shift of capital. And this great shift of capital is, again, money in treasuries, money in money market funds, money in accounts, bank accounts, right? Different accounts out there that are under allocated to stocks. The Magnificent Seven, if you will, I don't think that's going to be the best performing area of the markets for 2024. I think you want to be in a stock like a Tesla. Stocks like small and mid cap should outperform as well. Now, Tesla is very particular because there's a chance we do have a recession in 2024. Now, the fears of a recession could cause Tesla to fall, could cause the broader markets to fall. And I expect that will happen at some point in 2024. But you need to remember this. The average household of a Tesla buyer is around $130,000. So the average household income is around $80,000 a year. So a normal Tesla buyer makes quite a bit more than your average US household. So if we go into a recession, your Tesla buyer demographic is not the one that loses their jobs first normally. So if you have a slight recession, leisure hospitality is going to get whacked. Lower kind of construction jobs are going to get whacked as well. Not really your Tesla demographics. If you have a moderate or deep recession, that's where Tesla's numbers are going to take a hit as well. Two different things here. Fears of a recession and a stock sell-off based on recession fears is one thing. But actually seeing a deep recession and Tesla's business getting affected, maybe affected a lot, totally different thing. I'm expecting a sell-off on recession fears at some point in 2024. I'm not expecting a moderate or deep recession to occur. If we do get a recession, I think it'll be pretty tame, especially considering this is an election year in 2024. The last thing you want if you are running for re-election is a recession. The last thing. So I think the Fed would cut rates to zero upon pressure from the current administration before heading into a recession in 2024. So yeah, I think a recession could actually be a bigger problem for 2025. But then again, you could make the argument that Q1 and Q2 of 2022 were both negative. Maybe we've been in a recession the whole time, and maybe 2024 is where we actually come out of a recession. Government data is very much not true. So maybe we've been in a recession this whole time. Maybe the Fed lowering rates in 2024 actually pulls us out of this undefined recessionary period. I could also get behind that. Now let's get into these 7 different catalysts that I think are coming or have a very strong likelihood of coming in 2024 that could send Tesla stock to new all-time highs. You don't need all of these to actually happen to get all-time highs. Just a couple of them. Number 1, FSD breaks into the Chinese market December through January of 2024. And I think that is 0% priced in. We just went over this in the video earlier today. We went over this in I believe the video on Wednesday. We're getting more and more signs that an entry of FSD into China is coming around December or January, like literally a month away, right? So it's probably going to happen pretty soon. This, I think, is 0% priced in. Now, priced in is an interesting concept because you might price this in and you might be expecting this, but Wall Street is not. So my 0% priced in is Wall Street's numbers. I think we 100% price this in. Wall Street is not. So when FSD does enter into the Chinese market, well, we're going to already know about it. We know this is coming here in the next month or two. Wall Street does not. It probably causes Tesla stock to rally 10 to 15% that day that FSD actually launches in China, potentially as high as 20%. Catalyst number 2, Tesla India. Tesla will start to sell their vehicles in India probably around January of 2024. If not, just label that Q1 of 2024. We've gotten a lot of news reports on this. We've gotten the Indian government covering this. Tesla stock already went up like 6.5% when that news broke. So I think this is probably 50% priced into Tesla stock already, but I still think this would be a good catalyst for an upside move for Tesla stock. Catalyst number 3, smoother than expected Cybertruck ramp. Now, Elon Musk on the last earnings call basically reset everyone's expectations, especially on Wall Street, where he was so doom and gloom on the Cybertruck. He said something along the lines of they shot themselves in the foot with the Cybertruck. Like it's going to hurt the business of Tesla. And I think that's probably true to a certain extent, but Elon said for the next 12 to 18 months. So we're not expecting anything to be positive from the Cybertruck for at least a year, if not a year and a half. If it's not as bad as expected to ramp the Cybertruck, if it's not that hard on margins, well, that could be a big positive catalyst as well. And I think at this point, that is 0% priced in, that the Cybertruck ramp could be easier than expected or more successful than expected. This would be another big upside catalyst for Tesla stock. Catalyst number 4, and really the reason why I think Tesla stock will hit new all-time highs in 2024. Rates falling faster than anticipated, leading to large price increases across the entire Tesla lineup. And I really emphasize that as 0.00% priced in, because the last thing on the bears or the bulls radar right now is Tesla actually doing broad price increases. I think it's very clear. Rates are going to come down in 2024. Tesla's going to raise prices. If rates fall more than expectations, Tesla's going to raise prices even more than expected. And this will have a direct benefit to the bottom line of Tesla. Elon made it very clear on the last earnings call. There was one thing that I particularly picked up on that Wall Street did not. The fact that it's all about the monthly payment. Doesn't matter about anything else. Elon made it very clear on that. It's all about the monthly payment. So if rates go down, your monthly payment will go lower. Tesla can raise prices the more rates do go lower. And like I said, if it starts to look like we're heading into recession for 2024, that's the last thing you want if you're running for re-election as the current administration of the United States. You would cut rates to 0 and risk hyperinflation before you went into recession, before an election. That's just not what you want to be faced with. So I think that's to Tesla's benefit. And I think this is 0.00% priced in. When Tesla does give you broad price increases across all of your models, specifically your Model 3 and your Model Y, that is the time where you want to be, I believe, all in Tesla stock. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a financial planner. I do believe this could come starting around March of 2024. Really the second half of 2024, I expect your big price increases because rates should be probably 1% lower than where they are now by really July of 2024. That's what I'm currently expecting. Number 5, FSD licensing deal. I said unsure if that's a 2024 catalyst or beyond. Some people think it could be 2024. I'm not certain it's going to be 2024. I wouldn't want to go out on a limb and say that's over 50% chance. No, that's not, my base case forecast, but it is a possible 2024 catalyst that could obviously do wonders for Tesla's business and do wonders for Tesla's bottom line and ultimately the stock price. I think that is 0% priced in. Whereas these other catalysts, rates falling faster than expectations, smoother than expected Cybertruck ramp, Tesla India, and FSD into the Chinese market, those I would all say are well over 50% probability of happening at some point in 2024, if not in the beginning of 2024. But an FSD licensing deal, I'm not convinced that will happen in 2024. That could be like a 2025 catalyst. Catalyst number 6. the halo effect from the Cybertruck causing better than 22% delivery growth in 2024. I also think this is 0% priced in at this point. You have seen the estimates fall a lot, and now you're only at 22% delivery growth for 2024. Some bears on Wall Street think Tesla will grow like 10% in 2024. I personally think the halo effect from the Cybertruck is going to be a lot larger than what some even bulls expect. I find it hard to make the case that the Cybertruck is a well-known product if The Rock, like Dwayne Johnson, did not know Tesla was coming out with a Cybertruck. I find that a very hard argument, a very tough bargain to try to sell. So I think the Cybertruck is really going to take a lot of people by surprise, and that will have an effect to leading people to buy Teslas. Think about it like this. If we have 100,000 Cybertrucks out on the road, how many eyeballs do you think are going to see that product on any given day? I mean, 1 million, or, that would be like every one Cybertruck, 10 people see it, right? Let's call it 1 million. If 0.01% of anyone that sees Cybertruck buys a Tesla product, that's going to start adding some serious numbers to Tesla's business on top of whoever was just already planning on buying a Tesla to begin with. So that could be big. And then if you couple, let's say, like a 35% delivery growth rate for 2024 with a broad, price increase, maybe 5,000 for the Model 3, 10,000 for the Model Y, something along those lines in 2024. I mean, that is going to be enough to push you to all-time highs alone, let alone FSD into China, or smoother than expected Cybertruck ramp, or, rates falling, or avoiding recession. Besides anything else, if you get 35% delivery growth rates in 2024 and Tesla raises prices big time for the Model 3 or the Model Y, you don't need any of these other catalysts to get you to all-time highs. So choose what you think makes sense to you, but I think all of these are likely in 2024. Besides the licensing deal for FSD, I don't know, could be 2025. I don't think we need that to see all-time highs. I think that's what really gets us to like $600, $700, $800 per share for Tesla stock. Catalyst number 7 is FSD breaks into Europe, likely the second half of 2024. I think this is 0% priced in. The reason FSD is not in Europe already is because of the UN Regulation 79. I recommend you guys check that out for yourselves. But it's basically saying FSD has to work in all edge case scenarios. Like if you're driving on the edge of a cliff and, there's no railings or whatnot, the Tesla or any autonomous vehicle would have to be able to operate in sketchy situations nonetheless, and have to work as it's designed to work. A lot of different things. There's like 70 some different amendments that have been added to UN Regulation 79. But it seems like when you look at this regulation, this legislation, Tesla's pretty much already there. Now, do you know what's going to make these catalysts that much bigger, that much more important? Is this great shift of capital. You can see money in money market funds is at about $6 trillion. At an all-time high. You've never seen a number like this before. And typically when you are in times of uncertainty, this number is higher. Like you see, it usually peaks out during a recession and then falls after a recession. And these drops can be 40, 50% drops. So you could say $2 to $3 trillion could leave money market funds theoretically over the next 12 to 24 months and head back into other areas like stocks. And as rates go lower, the amount that you make keeping your money in a money market fund will also go lower. A money market fund is basically a fund that pools together money that buys short duration treasuries and pays you out, right? If treasuries are paying 5%, you might get like 4.75% because the fund's going to keep a certain percentage, but you're going to to make money. It's basically like buying treasuries, but with liquidity, because you can take your money out of a money market fund anytime you want and change that back and into your bank account, or take that into stocks, or do whatever. So it's a lot more liquid than treasuries. So this money can move around a lot. And I'm pretty excited to see what Q3 money market fund numbers look like if we actually see a downtick in the amount of money in money market funds, or if we continue to see this break higher into the over $6 trillion range. You've just recently as well seen the first outflow from treasuries since February, or treasury funds since February of 2023. And you can see that right here, this period from like 2019 through 2021 where stocks did very well, you were seeing a lot of outflows from treasury funds, and not so much since about 2021 or really 2022. Stocks have done poorly, and you've seen a lot of money flow into treasury funds. I think you're going to see a reversal here, and as money leaves treasury funds, it's going to make its way back into stocks. But Wall Street likes to buy stocks that are benefiting from the current macro environment, which stocks that are going to benefit from the current macro environment as we head into 2024 are interest rate sensitive companies like a Tesla, like small and mid cap stocks, but specifically quality, right? Some stocks that did well in 2021, your zombie companies, they're not coming back. They're gone forever. That was a great washout of bad companies. Their stocks are going to zero. If it's a bad company, it's done. But stocks that are quality, like a Tesla, that benefit from rates going lower, that are growing at rates you just cannot find in growth stocks, especially quality growth stocks, those are the ones that are going to attract the most capital. And I think Tesla is in a prime position to attract a lot of capital in 2024. As you know as well, Tesla is the most heavily shorted stock on our markets, with a dollar amount being sold short of about $18 billion, about 78 million shares currently sold short. With a short interest of free float of about 3%, Tesla's also, well, at risk of seeing a potential short squeeze in 2024 if some of these catalysts do play out as I expect they will, and as capital does, as I expect, move and find its way into interest rate sensitive, high quality companies, in which I can't find a better company that fits that bill than Tesla. And Tesla is just firing on all cylinders here. Over $500 million worth of new Tesla Megapacks spotted at the Lathrop Mega Factory today. And I mean, just look at that. There's so many of them. There's over 300 of them being spotted outside just today alone. And ouch, some of the data we were looking forward to today at 6:30 p.m. is this inflation rate year over year out of Japan, and that came in higher than expected at 3.3%. Expectation was around 3.2%. Your core inflation rate came in right in line at 2.9%. That was the estimate as well. But your inflation rate month over month came in way higher at 0.7%, and you were expecting 0.4%. So that could, put more pressure on the Japanese central bank to start raising rates, and that could put some pressure on our markets, because especially treasury markets, because Japan is the largest holder of treasuries. If they start to raise rates, well, maybe it looks more attractive to take some of this money out of U.S. treasuries and put it into Japanese treasuries. And that would obviously cause yields to move higher. So let me know what you guys think about this information down below in the comment section. Let me know if there's a catalyst that I missed that should be here on this list. These are catalysts that I think have over a 50% odds of happening. Some of these I think are a 100% chance of happening. But again, some like FSD licensing, that's just something we don't know. It's hard to tell. We haven't heard anything lately on that. We heard on the Q2 earnings call, Elon Musk said they were in talks with a major OEM to license FSD, but we haven't heard anything since. So I don't know what the timeline looks like for that one, but all the other catalysts look pretty clear. They're coming at some point in 2024. This could be, enough to send Tesla stock to $500, $600, $700, $800 per share if all of these things were to happen. Let me know your thoughts opinions, questions, concerns down below in the comment section. If you guys, like I said, would like to come trade with us live in real time, link down below in the description of this video. Hit the like button as well as subscribe to the channel if you guys want to share this video with as many people as possible. Happy Turkey Day. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Hope you guys are having a fantastic little day off here for our markets. Tomorrow stocks will be open, bonds will not be open, but bond futures will be open for a little while. So we'll know a little bit of how bonds are moving, but we won't have the full story per se. So thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.